The $10 ticket is not a price point. It is a marketing mechanism designed to generate immediate volume. Low-cost carriers operate on a core principle known as unbundling, separating the cost of transportation from all associated services. The base fare covers only the physical movement of the passenger from point A to point B, often excluding essential services like checked baggage, standard carry-on allowance, and pre-assigned seating. This strategy shifts the revenue focus entirely away from the ticket itself, which often operates at a loss. The true profitability lies in converting the initial low price into high ancillary revenue per passenger, which frequently accounts for over 40% of the airline's total income. This model requires extreme operational discipline and a technological infrastructure capable of maximizing upsells at every touchpoint. Ancillary revenue streams are the financial backbone, generating margins significantly higher than traditional ticket sales. Baggage fees are meticulously tiered based on weight, size, and purchase timing, heavily incentivizing pre-booking while imposing substantial penalties for airport check-in. Seat selection, particularly for exit rows or priority boarding, is dynamically priced based on real-time demand and the flight load factor. Furthermore, low-cost carriers monetize the cabin environment through onboard sales of food, beverages, and duty-free items, often leveraging exclusive supplier contracts for maximized profit margins. A critical component is the sale of third-party services, including travel insurance, car rentals, and hotel bookings, where the airline earns a substantial commission, effectively transforming the booking platform into a high-volume travel agency. Traditional legacy airlines rely heavily on global distribution systems, or GDS, such as Amadeus or Sabre, which charge significant transaction fees, typically 3 to 5% per booking. Budget airlines bypass these systems almost entirely, focusing on direct-to-consumer sales via their proprietary websites and mobile applications. This direct distribution channel eliminates GDS commission fees and provides complete control over the customer data, enabling sophisticated, personalized marketing and targeted upsells based on passenger history. The technology investment required for this proprietary platform is offset by the immediate savings in commission payments and the ability to rapidly deploy dynamic pricing adjustments without third-party latency. This streamlined digital infrastructure is essential for maintaining the ultra-low operating cost structure. Maximizing aircraft utilization is paramount to profitability. Budget carriers aim for turnaround times, the period between arrival and departure, often under 30 minutes, compared to 60 to 90 minutes for legacy carriers. This rapid cycle increases the number of revenue-generating flight segments per day, effectively spreading fixed costs like depreciation and crew salaries across more flights. Achieving this speed requires standardized ground handling procedures, minimal catering requirements, and often self-service boarding processes that eliminate reliance on expensive airport staff. Furthermore, flight scheduling is optimized to avoid overnight stays and minimize crew layovers, reducing accommodation and per diem expenses, directly impacting the cost per available seat mile, which is the industry standard metric for efficiency.
Fleet standardization is a non-negotiable cost reduction strategy for low-cost operations. Most successful budget carriers operate exclusively with a single aircraft family, typically the Boeing 737 or the Airbus A320. This uniformity drastically simplifies maintenance, repair, and overhaul operations, requiring fewer spare parts inventories and specialized tooling. Pilot and cabin crew training is also streamlined, reducing the complexity and cost of certification programs across the entire workforce. Furthermore, the airline gains significant leverage in negotiations with manufacturers for bulk purchasing discounts and favorable long-term maintenance contracts. This standardization ensures that technical delays are minimized and operational flexibility is maximized, allowing aircraft swaps with minimal disruption across the network. Low-cost carriers deliberately utilize secondary or tertiary airports located further from major city centers. These airports typically offer significantly lower landing fees, gate rental costs, and passenger handling charges compared to congested primary hubs. Crucially, many regional airports offer direct financial incentives or marketing subsidies to airlines that guarantee a minimum passenger volume, viewing the airline as a vital economic driver for the region. These subsidies can effectively negate or substantially reduce the operational costs associated with landing and takeoff. Furthermore, these secondary locations often lack expensive infrastructure like jet bridges, forcing passengers to walk or use buses, which further speeds up the turnaround process and reduces infrastructure rental fees. Fuel is the single largest variable operating expense, often accounting for 30 to 40% of total costs, making its management critical. Successful budget airlines employ sophisticated financial engineering, primarily through fuel hedging contracts. Hedging involves purchasing derivatives, such as futures or options, to lock in a specific price for jet fuel months or years in advance. This strategy provides essential cost certainty, protecting the airline from sudden, volatile spikes in global oil prices and allowing for more accurate long-term pricing strategies. While hedging carries the risk of missing out on price drops, the stability it provides is critical for maintaining the narrow profit margins inherent in the low-cost model, ensuring predictable operational expenditure regardless of market fluctuations. The $10 ticket is only available for a tiny fraction of seats, typically the first 5 to 10% sold on a specific flight. This availability is governed by advanced yield management systems, which are the technological core of the business model. These proprietary algorithms continuously analyze demand elasticity, competitor pricing, booking curve data, and historical load factors to determine the optimal price for every single seat in real time. As the flight fills up, the price increases exponentially, ensuring that the average revenue per passenger covers the total operational cost plus the required profit margin. This dynamic pricing structure is the mechanism that converts the initial loss leader ticket into a profitable flight segment overall, maximizing revenue per available seat mile. Labor efficiency is achieved through flexible contracts, high staff productivity rates, and often non-unionized workforces, particularly in Europe and the United States. Crew members frequently perform multiple roles, such as flight attendants assisting with cabin cleaning or gate duties during rapid turnarounds, maximizing output per employee hour. Legally, the open skies agreements and deregulation policies implemented since the 1980s have been fundamental, allowing airlines to freely set routes and fares without government intervention or price floors. This regulatory freedom, combined with the aggressive cost structure, allows budget carriers to consistently undercut legacy competitors, maintaining market dominance by making price the primary purchasing factor for short-haul travel.